Hi everyone, welcome to our podcast, The Best Possible Me, where we look at relationship dilemmas, try to open different viewpoints and perspectives in hope that if everyone does this, we all become the best possible me. My name is Cindy.
And my name is Ayla.
So welcome to our episode 16. And today we have a bit of a long story to share. So the title is I have been rejecting a guy for over a year and he saved me. Should I give him another chance?
Interesting. Okay, let's hear the story, Cindy.
Right. Okay, I will just start reading now. This is affecting me badly. I feel so incredibly guilty, but it's a long story. So I am 25, female. I met all my girlfriends in college, and the guys joined the groups as they all started dating. I have never dated or had my first kiss. I have rejected every single guy who ever approached me. I have a lot of reasons. I am not a good person. I am not strong or smart. I have quite a bit of debt. My mom passed away a few years ago and I am having a hard time still. I lived in my car after she passed. I just can't handle things like a regular adult for some reason. I fall apart fast, have panic attacks, and have made bad financial choices. Long story short, I think I'm not the full package. But unfortunately, I fake everything. Everyone thinks I'm fine. Nobody knew it when I was homeless, and I have never ever told anyone anything about my mental health struggles or anything bad happening in my life. So one guy has had a crush on me for a while now. He always comes to my work and brings me treats. I kept trying to tell him he doesn't want to be with me, and can try to hint to him that I'm not doing good, but he never got it. I have another guy, 25 male, I worked with that also always asked me out and I rejected him. I was more blunt with him and just said I wasn't interested. I don't want to get into full details, but we were alone at work one night and he tried to hurt me and was pulling off my uniform. It was very blurry, happened in the back, and I was screaming really loudly and my friend had came in to see me. My coworker was obviously fired and he was taken to the hospital. I was not good, and my friend who saved me, which I am grateful for, got into a bit of trouble. Not 100% what was going to happen, I hope nothing, but it wasn't much of a fight, and one ended unconscious. He also stuck with me in the hospital afterwards and braided my hair for me. Obviously, I'm really grateful I told him that. I have baked him so much food and cooked him dinner and have done anything to try to make it up to him. But he obviously is still into me and he's frustrated, which I understand. But our friends are also frustrated with me now and have talked about it nonstop, and it's been too much for me to handle. I can't tell them the truth. I also can't exactly let him in and then lie. The night was also extremely traumatic, and every time they bring it up, it plays back in my head, and it's a torture. I try to talk to him and say I couldn't tell him, but I'm not doing good, and I think for his sake it's not a good idea, but he said he doesn't care, and it's not my choice to make for him. I'm really doing badly. I almost feel like I want to die because my brain is not working, and like I said, I'm not really strong. I just can't handle much, let alone all of this.
Okay, so this lady is really struggling with her mental health.
Yes.
And it seems like there's a lot of triggers and a lot of trauma in her past, which she hasn't gone into detail with. But her self-esteem seems very low.
Yes.
And it also seems like she feels she needs to hide everything. She can't tell anyone what's actually going on with her.
Right. She looks like she has a friendly group that she's made with all these friends, a friends group from college, but doesn't seem like anyone knows what's actually going on in her life.
Yeah.
Her mother passed away. She was homeless. The point she really needed support and help. I feel like she was very much isolated in that process.
Yes, and what's interesting is that she, rather than tell or open up about her situation. She's constantly playing a game as if she's that everything is good.
Yeah.
Which in a way keeps her in this cycle of lies and makes everything more difficult, and probably impacts even more on her self-esteem, because there's this huge difference between the persona that she's acting,
Yes, I see what you mean. Yeah.
and who she's deeply feeling that she actually is. And maybe that is even more of something that is making her feel even worse about herself, because she's saying, if I'm comparing who I actually am to this person that I'm
faking to be,
to be, she sees this huge gap that she will never be able to fulfill. So that's impacting her even worse, and she thinks that she's even at a worse place than she actually would have been if she didn't do all this act.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. So she's basically living this double life. She fakes everything to appear to look good. She's got everything under control, but deep inside she knows she doesn't have it under control. She knows she's going through a lot of stuff, but at the same time she doesn't have anyone to talk to.
Yeah, which even when she's with people, she's actually very lonely.
So she's very much isolated, like I said. Yeah.
It also feels like there might be something that if she will be able to be diagnosed for it, she might be able to get a lot more help.
Yes.
So, and I can't pinpoint, it might be ADHD, possibly. Maybe, I don't think, I'm not really, I want to say,
know. Yeah.
that maybe she's on the spectrum, but I'm not sure at all, because it does seem like she is aware of what's happening with her. I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist. I can't diagnose.
Right.
But it almost feels like if she will allow someone to diagnose her, there might be all kinds of medications or tools she can use to make her life better anyway.
When she talks about panic attacks and she can't handle this, I think she could be feeling anxious. There could be some anxiety happening, which can be managed by all sorts of things. Yep.
I think that it's really important for her to realize that, number one, it's not her fault. It's not her fault that she's feeling the way she is. It's not her fault that she's getting overwhelmed. It's not her fault that she's getting these anxiety
Panic attacks
and things like that.
Yep.
But although it's not her fault, it is her responsibility to try and get better. And no one can actually make her go and get diagnosed unless she actually is
willing to
do it and find the right avenue to do it.
I think it's really important that you point out it's not her fault, because throughout the story she's wrote, it seems like she's blaming everything on herself. She's blaming on I'm just not strong enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not a smart person, I can't handle this. But all of this can be managed, and it's not her fault.
Yes. And also I think that maybe she's constantly putting herself down, and I'm sure she has a lot of very good qualities.
Yes.
Because obviously people like her.
Yeah, she's got friends like her. She's got people in her life that wanting to be close to her.
Yes. And even if you fake that you're something that you're not, well, you have to be very smart to be able to do that and to follow through.
Yeah.
And if you're not smart, then you can't, fake
you don't even know how to fake it, how to act it.
Yes. So some of the things that she's saying about herself is totally herself putting herself down.
Yes.
And for sure it's not as bad as she thinks it actually is. Now, real issues might impact relationships. So fear, not ready for a relationship, not wanting to impact others. All these things actually are impacting her relationships. She's not open to actually start a relationship because she's feeling like she's not the whole package. But
Yeah.
then on the other hand, she's so fearful of impacting others that she's not even willing to try. And if she might be willing to try, then maybe she will see that not only is it not impacting others the way she's afraid that it might,
Yeah.
but it might make her slowly feel better.
Yes.
And
yes.
feel more reassured about herself and who she actually is.
Yes, yes. And no one is perfect.
No,
Yes.
no one is perfect. And what is the full package? And does
Exactly. Yes.
is any of us with the full package?
Mm-hmm.
And is anyone expecting us to be the full package? It's almost like if someone was the full package, wouldn't that intimidate any partner?
It's too perfect. It's too perfect to be true.
Not only too perfect to be true, but if they're so perfect, it just makes me feel even more vulnerable about my
Imperfections.
imperfections.
Yes. Yeah.
So imperfections are healthy, and being aware of them and allowing them to come out and be vulnerable to others almost makes it also something that's better and healthier. Not being honest about your real situation and acting like it is all good, that's again trying to hide your imperfections. And actually, I think the person that is hurting from that behavior more than anyone else is yourself.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
Because not only are you feeling bad and you need to remember all these details, but what happens if all of a sudden, by chance, one of your friends finds out that you have been lying? How would that impact you? How would that impact your friendship? You might be surprised, and your friends will want to be in contact with you because they're strong enough and resilient enough and understand where you're coming from. But they might also say, hey, if you lied in that, I can't trust you with anything else, and not want to be your friends.
And that's fine. Yeah. Yeah. You will make new friends.
Yes, but again, you will make new friends, but this time maybe you shouldn't be.
Yeah. They accept the true you because
Yes.
you are willing to open to people. And another thing I notice is she doesn't ask for help. It almost like she doesn't want to show any vulnerability to other people because she wouldn't think they wanted to be friends with someone that is imperfect.
Yes. And in a way, good friendship is give and take. So if you are so perfect and you never ask for help and you're never vulnerable, obviously you are, but you're not showing that, how intimate is the relationship you're actually building with your friends? Because in a real relationship, you show your better sides, but also the things that you're struggling with.
Yeah, and you ask for help, and yes.
Yes. And in a relationship where one side constantly gets help and the other side constantly gives help, that's not a healthy relationship.
No, which I think this girl is constantly helping others.
Yes. It sounds like she probably will do anything to try and help others.
Yes.
So by opening up and allowing others to help her at times, in a way, she will take a relationship that might be good on the surface and maybe slowly make it into a much more intimate and real and deep type of relationship.
Yeah. But what can people do, Ayala, when they, like this girl who's obviously she's very struggling at the moment. She talks about she can't handle things, it's too much. She also doesn't feel like she has anyone in her life she can open up to. This is a cry for help, asking strangers on the internet. What can she do? Depends on what country she is. There are support lines, mental health support lines. There are free counseling lines she can call. There are resources that she can access.
Yes. And we know that even in countries where everything costs money, and obviously her financial situation isn't great, usually it might be through universities, it might be through specific type services that you can find the support you need for free or for a very little charge.
Yes, yes.
So it's really about allowing yourself to be a bit more vulnerable.
Yes.
And try and find the right resources to get the help you actually need.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel comfortable doing it with your friends, there's always counselors, there's always teachers, there's always people that can lead you to the place where you can get the help that you need. And I do think that with a bit more help, with the right diagnosis, and with a bit of counseling, she can slowly rebuild her self-esteem, find that anxiety that she's struggling with so strongly might be a bit better, and then slowly will allow her to even test how her friends will react if she does slowly ask for help or show sides of her that are maybe a bit more vulnerable, and test the waters of how she feels when she's actually doing that. So it's not all of a sudden going from, again, black to white or white to black, but rather doing it gradually, building trust gradually, doing all these tests in the process to check that you're comfortable and nothing bad happens when you try it. And if something bad happens, it doesn't necessarily mean it'll happen with everyone. It could be that with one person, just like what happened in the office, one person was very bad and tried to do bad things to you, while someone else
actually showed up and helped her. Yes.
So sometimes it's about being vulnerable to the right person, and realizing that if you were vulnerable to the wrong person, they might have tried to take advantage of that. But that doesn't mean that all people will do that.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of good people around.
Yes.
One more thing that I wanted maybe to raise here is that if she's trying to reject a person or a man by saying, I'm too much of a mess, what is she actually saying to that man? And so is he finding it as her being very humble, or her being very with just low self-esteem, or does he find it as a rejection?
To the other party might seem like a rejection, but I want to take a step back and look at where does this statement coming from? Coming from her, obviously she thinks I'm not the full package, so she's not allowing herself to be in a relationship, not allowing herself to be attracted to anyone. When she talks about this man approaches her over the years, rejected them all, she's not talking about, this boy A, I have no feelings for him, boy B is a bit of red flag. She's mainly talking about, I'm not good enough, so I'm not allowing myself to be in a relationship to protect others because I'm such a mess. I don't want to impact on others. But how about her feelings?
Yeah.
Does she feel attracted to any of these people? Does she find anyone attractive? Does she want to be in a relationship? Does she want to have a family? Or what does she want? Does she want to have a partner? It seems like her self-esteem is so low, she does not have space, and she does not allow herself to enjoy this part of life.
Yes. And again, I think that we also need to be really mindful that some people are bisexual or asexual.
Asexual, she might not be attracted to any of these people approaching her, but is she looking at it that way?
Yeah.
Or is she only saying no because she thinks she's too much of a mess?
Yes. And it sounds from what she says that it's because she's feeling that she's too much of a mess. But I think she also needs to ask herself, does she want to be kissed? So
exactly. Yes.
And if you do, can you possibly start a relationship with someone, even though you're a bit of a mess, and maybe they'll love you for who you are, and maybe that will also help you feel different and better about yourself. So when you're actually rejecting someone that is interested, saying that you're too much of a mess versus saying that you're not interested. How do you think that the other side might respond to those two different types of rejection?
It's an interesting one. Like I'm not interested. Obviously, it's very blunt. Like what she said in the post. If people should respect her if she says I'm not interested, but when she says I'm too much of a mess, that shows, like you said, it's quite low self-esteem. And when she said it to the guy who saved her life, the other party actually says, I don't care. That's my choice, not your choice. You shouldn't make choice for me that I shouldn't still like you because that is my choice to make.
Yep. And I think that if someone else likes you, even though you're keeping a lot of secrets and hiding a lot of things, then maybe that person is actually seeing much deeper than what comes out on the surface. Mm-hmm. So maybe they don't know if you're homeless or not, but do they actually care?
Yes, doesn't matter. Yeah, they know you from who you are, who you present to them, and then this person saved you. Yeah, interesting. And her past, is that really important?
Yes. So so going back to what we can assist this young girl with is firstly understanding that maybe if she actually gets help, her life will all of a sudden become much better and much easier.
Yes.
Also the fact that maybe her expectations of what life or the full package is really high expectations that no one actually is.
It's unrealistic.
And
yes.
Unrealistic. Yes. And maybe you are good enough, even though deep inside you don't feel that you are. Mm-hmm. And lastly, that good friendships and good relationships are based on vulnerability. And it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be truthful. Obviously, after you've tested the waters.
Yes. With your true friends. Yes.
And just like you want to be there for them, they want to be there for you. Mm-hmm. So if you want to build a really good and close relationship, it's okay to be vulnerable.
That's right. Yeah. Right. Okay. This is a very interesting story. If you are going through something similar like this, please look at what resources available around you. If you don't have family or friends that you feel comfortable talking to, there are always like Lifeline, there's mental health support line, there's always resources around you. And please don't be afraid asking for help.
Yes. And again, different countries have different resources. That's why we won't go and list the ones
in where we are.
Where we are. But by either doing a Google search or even going to a hospital and or talking to a nurse and asking what resources are around, going to a counselor in a university because they're all students or in your school.
Or they used to be students. Or community center or even local library councils.
They will be able to refer you to the right places to get the help that you need and to make your life better for yourself.
Yes. Okay, I guess that brings us to the end of this episode.
Thank you, Sydney.
Thank you, Ayala, and thank you everyone for listening. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye. If you also have a relationship dilemma that you are struggling with and you would like us to bring it up here anonymously, you can email us on bestpossibleme.podcast@gmail.com. You can also find the email address in our podcast bio. Don't forget to like and follow our podcast so you get the notification of each new episode. See you next week.